Vegas. Yeah, no, we just got here after a 10.5-hour flight. It wasn't too bad. The plane was freezing, but the flight wasn't too bad. Got some sleep. Drank 4 bottles of this size of water, so as you can imagine, I was running up and down to the toilet every 2 minutes. Even the staff, even the air hostesses were thinking something was wrong with me and kept coming to the toilet to see if I'm okay. But yeah, that's part of bodybuilding, so that's just a way of keeping the water retention down as much as possible. So the more you drink on a flight, obviously with it being long haul, you are going to carry and hold water from the flight, so the more you drink, the more you can help just flush it out. So the purpose of that, and then low carbs. So I'm very hungry because we've had very minimal carbs today, but the plan for now is to go and get checked into the hotel, get to Whole Foods, get all the food I need for the week, and then go and train. Still a busy day to go. Training plan, Whole Foods now. Dropped off the luggage. Go and get some food because I'm Hank Marvin. Right guys, so we're here at Whole Foods. So I'm just going to quickly go and get a few bits what I need for the week. I've got Nutrition Solutions who are getting my main meals, which is like my protein sources, my carbs and my fats. This is more just little bits like nuts, blueberries, things I'll need backstage for pumping up. Got blueberries for antioxidants, first thing in the morning with my oats, almonds and protein. So bananas are great carb source, fast acting, as well as potassium as well. So when you're loading on stage you want to get potassium in, so bananas are a great way of doing that. Iceberg lettuce. I will be having mostly asparagus every meal, but I've had iceberg lettuce on this full prep, so I might as well carry on with it as well. Hello mate, how are you? Are you going to be at the Olympia this weekend? Thank you, take care. Bye.
It's crazy.
Nice one.
See you on Friday night. Okay.
So we've got almond butter. This is what I'll be having on rice cakes backstage. We won't be having too much of it, but it's always good to have just in case. Oh yeah. Trying to get away from me. Oats. Bloody oats, I love oats. First thing in the morning, can't beat it. Yeah, nothing to it, it's just high in carbs. There's fats in oats, but I don't really ever class them as my fat sources. I would eat them every meal if I could, but coach says not.
Decisions.
Yeah, I always have these what are lightly salted, but Neil's just said to me get them salt free. Rice cakes. Good source of carbs. Most bodybuilders, most competitors will have this backstage. So they've had jam to it, peanut butter, just depending where they're at. So plenty there. That was soya sauce, by the way. Well, I just chucked in there on the sly. Yeah, soya sauce I have every meal. Some people frown upon it, but I always have quite high salt in my diet. So then obviously when I come to show day, when I drop that out, so it'll be 24 hours before I drop my sodium, I seem to dry out a lot quicker as well. And it tastes better as well. Plain and simple.
Golden raisin.
Yeah.
That's mine, chocolate chip cookie.
Oh no, I'm a bit partial to a chocolate chip cookie.
Right, these are very sugar cookie ones. Like the
What?
sugar cookies.
Get them in the basket.
Brilliant support. Here's what you could have had. Good, thank you, yourself.
Thank you very much.
Competing this weekend?
Yeah.
Classic Physio.
Not pro. I don't.
Amateur Olympia? Yeah. Good man, well best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much.
Nutrition Solutions have been in my corner, how long now?
Well, it was
It's
actually
Olympia,
before
wasn't
we
it?
lived over there.
Yeah, so it was the first Olympia, so this is my 5th year now. So Nutrition Solutions, whenever I'm in the US, they supply with me with all my meals. So the Arnold Classic, all the pro shows I've done, the Olympias, they've always been in my corner. So and when we lived over there, they supplied all my food, didn't they? As well as
mine.
yours. Yeah.
And I can't open it.
I think Amy's excited because she knows. Hey, what's this say? Hey Ryan, kick ass, you got this. Ladies and gentlemen, your new men's physique champ, Ryan Terry. I think he got a bit carried away there, but no, thank you for that.
Trying to bring it, champ.
Champ, always an honour, brother, and we're here in your corner, Lee.
Hey Ryan, little details make big days. Kill it, you have all of our support.
How good's that? How class is that? That's brilliant. You think they're yours? I don't think they're mine, do you? So we've got protein donuts, variety pack.
There's more here as well.
Oh wow.
Little Deb cupcakes.
Little Deb cupcake. I dare say Craig will be nicking one. I can see him already. Yeah, so what I'm going to talk you through is this is basically what I do. So we've got ground bison and steak as well. She loves bison, so I dare say I'll be sharing that also. We've got sweet potato, all just clean, basic. Fillet beef. And, oh yeah, baby, these are yours. Tequila lime turkey. Wow.
Tequila.
And then obviously chicken breast, salmon fillets, and they've just sent it all in mass batch, which then I can weigh depending on how Neil thinks I need to be, if I need to have more carbs, more protein, more fats, and we can just assess it as we go on in the week. So I just want to say a huge thank you to Nutrition Solutions, massive help in it for both of us.
Yeah.
If you do want to try them out and you're in the States, Ryan10 is my code, so make sure you go check them out, and I assure you guys it's absolutely class, the food, isn't it?
It is.
Louisiana chicken gumbo. Oh, what?
What have they done?
Oh my god. Oh my god, look at that. Now that is a vision board if ever you've seen one.
That's so nice.
How have they took the time to do that?
I know. Your 2019 Men's Physique Olympia winner.
Speak like a champion, think like a champion, act like a champion.
Oh my god, that was such an old picture. Never forget where you started.
That's my first ever men's physique show. 2013 April.
They
UK
honestly
Nationals.
go to so much effort.
That is incredible, isn't it? That is absolutely incredible. It's unbelievable, this, isn't it? Hi Ryan, Chef Mark Davis here, Executive Chef of Nutrition Solutions. Want to send you a quick note letting you know I'm here to help in any way, brother. Anything you need added onto your meals or anything fixed, it will be done ASAP. I'll even fly out there and take care of it myself, so don't hesitate. The team is here for you. That's insane, isn't it?
He's one spoiled boy.
I'm very spoiled. No, honestly, massively appreciate it. Thank you guys. So we're in the Uber on our way to Lift Factory, which is a gym in Las Vegas, and we're going to hit an upper body circuit. We're going to try and obviously flush all that water retention out from the long flight yesterday, and we've got a film company called Cheeky Fire who I've shot with a few years ago. Gymshark, I like to shoot with them also, so I'm looking forward to seeing them, catching up with the boys, and yeah, it should be good fun. It's just you two.
Just me and Josh.
Yeah.
Ben, let's rock and roll.
Ryan.
Got the
Tell us your name. What other line?
Ryan Terry, 30 years old, married. Old man. That's about it, really.
Good. Cool.
Okay, yeah, I'm rolling.
Brian, tell us a little bit about your philosophy going into this year's Olympia.
Right, so obviously at the start of the year, having 2 hip surgeries, I was bumming on whether I was going to make the stage. So to be here now, I'm really grateful, and I just wanted to bring as much condition as I could to the stage, but also try and bring a bit more size and shock the world a bit.
Yeah, I know, mate. Right, guys.
Right, guys.
I bet it. Yep.
The Olympia, I've been competing there for 5 years now. I've got the top 6 every year, so 6th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd. So I'm really hoping to obviously get the 1st place this year. It's the only time I've not won yet, so I'm really, really like I say, the world. Great, are you? Right, let's do this. Bit of motivation, you've got Dennis Wolf, one of the greatest bodybuilders in the world, just stood next to you, so that'll keep me motivated enough.
Right at the camera. That's a skateboarder. And now look down and look up then, stay there. Yep. Right, now pretend you're not like emotionally and physically depressed. Yeah.
How'd you do that?
No, I'm joking. Perfect, thanks.
Well done.
That's what. Thank you, Ryan. Good to see you again, man.
Well, you too. Thanks,
All the best. Thank you.
See you soon. See you later. Right, that's a wrap here at Lift Factory. Just want to say a huge thank you to Cheeky Fire. Absolutely class lads, and they got everything they wanted, and they showed me a bit of the footage. I'm excited to show you guys as well. So we're 4 days out, let's get it done. So you'll recognise this guy because he's on quite a lot of my vlogs. Jonny is my physio and my friend from back home. He's flew out here for the last 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. Last 3 Olympias. Just making sure I'm on track, keeping me relaxed, and obviously keeping all my muscles supple in order to make sure I can hit my poses well on stage. So this is a massive help for me. And obviously he's going to hit his pool parties on Saturday as well. And Sunday.
I've got 2 now.
As you can see, it's an early start here in Vegas. Can't sleep, my body clock's all over the place, so there's no point just sat waiting in bed. Heading down to Starbucks, going to get a quick coffee, and then we're going to get the day started with my cardio and then get some food in. But actually, before we get a coffee, I'm going to nip to the gym. They've got some weighing scales in there. I just wanted to check my weight and see where we're at. Hopefully the water retention's off. We can just have a good indication of where we're at. So as you can see, I was 188-ish pounds, so we've dropped a little bit of weight, so I do need to check in with Neil and see what we need to do, whether we need to feed up slightly or ease off the cardio this morning or whatnot. So before I do anything now, I'm going to speak to Neil, my coach, then we'll make a plan, then we'll go from there.
Burning calories as in the gym, but I'm shooting, I'm doing this. But I need
just down towards London, so don't the wall.
Yeah, that's why I always said I wanted to end it.
From the left to turn left onto West Sahara Avenue. Left to the right.
Yeah.
Right guys, so we're down here at City Athletic Club. As you saw this morning, I went and weighed myself first thing this morning, and I was 6 pounds down, so I'd lost 6 pounds overnight. So I didn't do any cardio, and like I said previously, I had to go and speak to Neil, my coach, to see where we're at and to make a game plan. So we're down here now, we're going to have a little pump up. I've been eating a lot of food, carbing up, trying to restore that weight, and then we're going to do a little pump up and see where we're at. So let's get on in, meet Neil, my coach, and get on with the show. It depends, yeah, I messed up a bit, I lost too much weight yesterday, I lost 6 pounds yesterday, so and we're filling back up today, so we want to have a look, so we'll see.
depends.
So we're going to just do 2 muscle parts. Obviously my coach Neil, we're just going to do back and a bit of shoulders. So nothing major, it's just a flushing session. Obviously yesterday I went a bit too hard, so today it's just nice and steady. Just enough for Neil to be able to look at me and see where we're at 3 days out from the Olympia.
Oh yeah. Okay guys, so I'm here with Ryan Terry. We are pretty much exactly 3 days away from stepping on stage. It's Wednesday. This is just going to be a prime and flushing session. So Ryan's already contest ready as far as his fat levels are concerned. So it's all about preserving that muscle tissue and then getting some activation and getting some blood flow and making sure you're drawing or driving nutrient-rich blood into the muscle. It's not a means of expending or drawing calories. It's just about preserving that muscle tissue, getting some form of activation, getting some blood flow, and just nurturing the process as we go into this last 3 days of prep. So guys, I know that you've been following Ryan for obviously a long time now, and I'm sure you're drawn in by his physique, his mindset, his mentality as an athlete. But when it comes to the final days of contest prep, or the final days going into some form of photo shoot, where obviously you've been in a deficit of calories and your fat levels are really down to those low numbers. Now Ryan is in the 3%. That's hugely deficit. You know, you're actually in anorexic levels as far as your fat levels are concerned. So it's easy to have that mentality of push, 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 where you need to sometimes back away and just allow your body to refeed as you go into those final stages. So this is what's going to make the difference between being peaked on the day or being in a deficit where you feel lifeless or you look lifeless. Ryan, push, drive. Let's go 5 more. 1, 2, 3, push, push. 4 and 1. Good set, good set. Squeeze, connect, drive. Good. Pull. 5. is you really need to work off how the athlete is performing as far as what's taking place, obviously, with that blood flow, that activation. Now, Ryan's obviously, you know, a lot of people will go into a depletion phase, go into a show. I don't tend to deplete, and the reason why I say that is if you were to look at Ryan or anybody who's going through a contest preparation, as the weeks go by, they create a deficit of body fat, and they need to be in a deficit of calories to create that deficit of body fat every week. But they need to be in a surplus of macronutrient values, and what I mean by that, they need to make sure that all their macronutrient values and nutritional needs are there to maintain their muscle mass, preserve their muscle mass, or maybe even grow into a show. As you drop body fat, your glycogen storage is going to go lower and lower and lower. Now that deficit is obviously going to be at a very, very high impact negative effect through the final stages when your body fat percentage is anywhere between, say, 3 and 5 or 6%. So the need or the desire or the want or the reason to push more of a deficit when it comes to carb depletion in those final days, to me, doesn't make sense, because to create that deficit on those single figures of 3% body fat where Ryan is at the moment, he's been depleting for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And then you need to create an environment where you're creating a surplus of calories to allow that glycogen to refill that muscle tissue. So at the moment, Ryan's saying, I've got some form of activation, but there's not a lot happening, because he's still in a very deprived state of nutrients. So this, as I said, is only about a priming session. Now, if he said to me, Coach, I've got a really good blood flow going on here, I've got really good activation, I'm getting a great pump, then I'd probably push him a little harder within the working sets or the amount of repetitions or sets. But because he's still in a deficit, you know, this really is just going to force down the amount of reps and sets we're going to do, yes. Good. Pull. 8. Right. 9. Let's go 5 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, I know you're obviously going to be extracting a huge amount of information from Ryan right the way through the prep, and obviously what he's done with his off-season, what he's done with his contest prep. The thing about fitness and bodybuilding and what you're looking to achieve with your own fitness goals, I know that Ryan is somebody maybe inspires you, maybe somebody that you can relate to. And different people get inspired by different individuals. But just remember, this industry is so vast and you are never ever going to learn everything within a short space of time. So make sure you keep checking out Ryan's information, all the videos putting out, because you're getting a huge amount of information that he's learned over the many, many years that he's obviously been involved with the fitness industry on multiple different levels. You can't just extract the information from this one single video and think that you know everything. You're literally just learning a small amount of information. So make sure you guys subscribe to Ryan's YouTube channel, because I know he's going to be putting some great content out for you girls and guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good man.
So we're midway through. We're just hitting back and shoulders. I'm very depleted now. I'm not really firing up at all. So it's a good indication of me having to get some more food in. This might be my last session. And then we'll start the carving process, because this boy needs food. I can't believe the difference today, mate. Like yesterday was fucking full of training, everything filling up.
Put it back that way. By Friday afternoon, I'm going to be very excited. That's when I'm going to start. When I see Ryan on Friday afternoon, the reason why I say that, that's 2 full days away, because we're now on Wednesday afternoon. I feel like it's going to take 2 days of those carbs to get into, obviously, back into his body. And then if we're going to do anything priming, will I be a very slight priming session within that gym environment, probably in the hotel, or it could be he's going to do some isotension to draw, obviously, those nutrients in. But at the moment, as I said, it's just about replenishing those nutrients which have been drawn away from the muscle belly.
He's a protection dog, bike dog.
He's absolutely
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
He's 4 years old. Keep posing for the camera.
Rear.
Oh my word.
Devant. Devant. Postcard. Postcard. Devant. Très bien. Très bien. Debout. All right, very good boy.
My God. Good boy.
Okay, so we just jumped out of City Athletic, guys. It's been productive in the sense that we've done what we needed to do. but it's been unproductive in the sense is that there's no point spending time in that gym and trying to create a stimulus which should take place naturally, if that makes sense. Ryan is very depleted, so even though we haven't gone through a depleted stage, we haven't purposely brought his carbs down and gone through a depletion stage, his body is just very tired because of his fat levels being so low, being on a deficit of calories but also in a surplus of macronutrients for a certain period of time. Obviously being in this different environment, there's obviously different heat, there's obviously, it's just going to impact yourself in different ways, especially from the flight as well. Yesterday, I know they had a really good productive workout, he got a lot of blood flow, he was really happy with what he saw, but that environment indirectly has impacted his today's look. But it's okay, because we're going to take this information away, or obviously we're going to create now a really positive surplus of calories and force his body back into a very positive growth phase and get those macronutrient values elevated. And over the next day and a half, you're definitely going to see a new, revived, fuller, sharper, leaner version of Ryan. So even though this is probably a bit of an emotional, mental negative for Ryan, because his environment, you don't want to be in it 3 days out, the great thing about this is you're learning so much. And also, nothing about what Ryan is doing is staged. You can't stage the environments that he's taken place over the last number of weeks, months, and what he's done in the last 12 months. So, you know, you extract what you need to, you look for a solution. There are a lot of solutions which are going to take place over the next 3 days, and I'm excited.